Oh, this isn't live, is it? Is this live? It should be fine. Hey, Jim and Mac, over to you guys. Let's get into it.
Explosive, loose, and daring. But
Daring, yeah.
yeah. But this is a really key matchup still for Chiefs. I mean, they need to secure which position they finish in on the ladder. And there was some pre-match banter that I approve of.
Daddy.
Because we haven't seen anybody really go for the jugular in terms of banter. So it's good to see that Chiefs are confident now. Doom, a player that came through the draft system as well. You know, you too can go from frags to riches if you enter into the challenger system. So make sure you do. But
You waited till the last match of the day to pull that one out, didn't you?
Yep,
Of course.
yep. Now, how do you feel as though this one's going to go, knowing now that there is a little bit less pressure on Chiefs?
I backed Order. I'm going to stick with my guns. I feel like Order are going to take this one today. But we do see
Train?
Iron. Train. I
Train,
see
Iron.
Train. That has nothing to do with it. They're taking Doom to Train again. The man has just been absolutely insane as a draftee.
That's right. He's absolutely dominated every encounter he's made in that outside bomb side as well. So for a player that is coming into a roster with a lot of firepower, he adds to that. He is a player that we've seen in the pre-match is confident. Hopefully that confidence actually now transfers into the match, because he's up against some stiff opposition in Order. We know what they're capable of. We know they're a team that is very much fancied in this particular matchup. So I guess the question is whether or not they live up to the hype. Now we know that they've got some real firepower in terms of Sicko. Sicko is going to absolutely eat up this map. This is a map for the AWPers. This is a map that they can really have an impact on, and using that, I guess, the channels that you work in there along the trains, he can find some opening picks for them that really, really start to help them in opening up the map a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. And, having Desi there as well, I think it was last week, he was going absolutely insane. Him and APOC pretty much just pumping numbers. It was ridiculous. Like, the Chiefs, they look good on paper, but just against Order. Order just so great as a team. Like, the chemistry that they show and how good they've been in recent months in other leagues as well as this, they've just been absolutely amazing.
Well, that's right. That being said, though, I mean, you can't factor out the man, the myth, the legend, the APOC.
The APOC. You can't stop
You can't stop the POC.
the POC. Yeah.
Particularly when he's lock stock with two smoking barrels.
Let's have some fun.
Do you have a third one?
No.
Yeah, all right. Good job.
However,
Buddy.
give me some time. Just
Reusing content.
TikTok on
Nice
the POC.
one, Jimmy. Okay, you got a third one out. Great.
Don't mock the
Good on
POC.
you. Don't mock the POC. Nah, I wouldn't. Look, he's too cute. Look at that face. Oh, cheeky boy.
He is cheeky in the way that he actually plays, in the sense that he is a guy that will take multiple duels and win them as well. I think that's the real standout factor for me, is the fact that he wins multiple duels as well. His ADR is topping the competition thus far, and he hasn't played as many weeks as some of the others. So in terms of what he brings to the table, it's not just fragging power, but it's also the stability of in-game leadership as well. He calls the shots for them. So having that level of experience that he possesses as well. He's been overseas multiple times in many different iterations of the game as well. He's one of those he's one of the most storied players, I dare say, in Australian Counter-Strike. And time again, he delivers on that expectation. But standing in his way this week is Order. Now, we know that they've been a team that has had a lot of success recently, but they haven't been immortal. They have lost some encounters where we did see them, fancy in that particular matchup.
Yeah.
So, they do bleed.
They do bleed. They're not just... Who is it? Luke Cage, that man with he doesn't bleed. No way. Anyway, looks like Chiefs, they've taken the knife round and they are starting on that CT side. So this is definitely going to be an advantage in their favour. It should help them get a little bit of momentum early on, but Order, they're very sharp gamers. Even though it is T-side train, they still may be able to show us what they're made of.
I think the fact is that neither of these teams shy away from this map. This is a map that demands a lot from your team in terms of chemistry, coordination, and making sure that you make the right reads. So there's an immense amount of faith placed by both these two teams in the fact that this map has come out.
Yeah, and Order, they're not going to show presence anywhere, just everyone holding. The only person moving is APOC right now. Everyone else is just holding. Look at the setup on the B side from Chiefs. We are going to see Iron, who's playing at Coil, who's potentially going to let Doom actually die. So taking the gamble that he's not going to be checked at Coils. Like,
Well, let's see. Let's see who buzzes the tower first.
at the moment, it's no one. Let's see how long Order actually wait before making a move, which they are going to have to do. The CTs, they're patient. Look.
They just need to sit back and wait for their opposition to come to them. So the question is, what is going to happen here as a result? Order, just waiting things out. They know that Chiefs do tend towards the aggressive side of things from time to time, but on that pistol round, nobody's taking chances just yet. So going to put pressure at Vines. So it looks like a late Vines potentially coming in. But the key pieces for me are going to lay in T-Connector and that SL. So let's just see whether or not they can coordinate some chaos.
Well, here we are, APOC finally getting a little bit of information. Order going in quite quickly through Ivy, looking to hit the A site now. Ince finding a nice frag there, taking down Ali. Beautiful headshot.
Ince.
We are going to see him find a second onto Liaz. Big pick. Sicko going to be spotted on top of Green. APOC surviving for the moment. Ince going to find one more into EMAG. Here we are, Sicko and Hats teaming up to find Dizzy now in the 3v2. Let's see what Order can do. They have the bomb, but they're not even going to start planting. Order's lost the round. They've left it too late. And Chiefs get handed that one. Doom and APOC just had to stay alive.
Well, we said that was a very slow round from the beginning. Everybody waited things out, but they just took too much time to get themselves into the bomb site. Inns, as I said last week, this guy is so proficient with pistols that he can take rounds single-handedly into his own hands. And I'll tell you what, those are some very safe hands looking at that pistol work.
Can we get a close-up on Ince's hands? I want to see how big they are, see how well he can catch his team when they start to fall. I'm sure he's a strong man. Look at those seppies. Have you seen his biceps?
Pipes.
Pipes.
Yep.
Beautiful pipes. Fills those arms well of the jersey.
Be careful where you go with this. I've seen some situations start.
Anyway, Iron going to be finding the first frag onto Alistair, who was lurking over towards T-Con. Order, though, grouping up at Brown Halls, looking to hit this B site. We do see Ince looking to play close with the MP7, fully blind for the moment. EMAG standing in the Molotov, but he will come out on top with that CZ. Dizzy manages to find the final shot onto Hats to take him down, but Liaz with the Deagle gets that trade. And now Order and Chiefs, 3 men apiece. EMAG quite low, but the bomb is down. And Order are in nice post-plant positions, although APOC going to be taking down EMAG. Now Sicko and Liaz looking to play this one together. Liaz with the Deagle actually takes down APOC. Iron with the MP9 going to be tagged down to 10 HP. Doom still watching lower, waiting for a push to come out. Liaz has to go for the reload, but Iron's going to come out on top here. And now he can't get that defuse off. Doom is left in a 1v1, and it looks like he knows he doesn't have the time, and he is going to be running away to Connector. And Order, they pick up the second round.
That was a very dangerous round from start to finish there. We know that Order are really quite proficient with their pistols. But that being said, Chiefs there just picked up pieces on that retake. It was always going to be difficult because as a CT side, if you have some utility to work with, it makes, there we go, finally, the completion of the round. But as a CT side retaking, any bomb site, if you don't have utility, you have to just back your duels and take those duels and win. And it just seemed as though Liaz was going unchecked at top ramp.
Yeah.
They were waiting on maybe some utility to smoke him off or just factor him out a little bit, and it never came. And you can't factor out Liaz in any situation.
No.
So Melbourne Order find themselves a reply here, but Doom, he retains that AK. The rest of the team are forcing in around that. And good to see they've actually gone for some scouts here, just trying to maximise the distance between them and their opposition.
Here we are, Order once again looking to head towards that B site. We are going to see them lining up. Utility not going to be contested at all. Chiefs playing quite far back. Decent weaponry on them. But there we are. Ince going to be taken down just like that. CZ not going to be powerful enough to hold. But Dizzy looking to find a bit more damage. Hats with the UMP waiting for some smoke pushes to come out. Ali's actually going to be finding Dizzy there with the Galil. Now it looks like Chiefs are just going to try to save the guns going into the 4th round.
Just another a save round coming out here from Chiefs because they know that there was heavy investment in there. There's no real chance of them retaking whatsoever. The utility and their economy is better spent elsewhere in that regard. Now Doom does have a kit, but in that same sense, a 3 versus 5 situation, it's not likely that you're going to win that situation when you're down in the 3 versus 5, regardless of what your money situation and your utility situation is. Because if they just trade out on pure maths, they win. But Chiefs now looking dangerous still into this 4th round upcoming. And Order starting to ease into this after what was a heroic effort on pistol from Chiefs, particularly Inns. They've started to steady the ship a little bit.
Do you have an AK?
So what are we going to see the Chiefs do into the fourth? Looks like we are going to see a couple of pistols be dropped. Ince, though, stuck with the USP for the moment. A little bit of utility. Maybe we are going to see a bit of a push coming out. APOC and Doom with those flashes, but they are both going to be playing outers. So, at inside, we have Dizzy solo, essentially, with the CZ, although Ince looks like he is going to come back just for a moment. Order. Playing nice little crossfires, ready for the aggression, looking to go for those trades if any aggression is shown from the Chiefs. But at the moment, they are just going to be holding back, waiting for a push to come out from Order.
Very, very slow default round coming out from Order, just looking to see if they can catch maybe Doom out as he does push up a little bit further than the rest of the team. That being said, though, now they're playing further back into the bomb site. It's actually rotate one off B, potentially predicting that earlier on in the piece they might try and put some numbers there. But Hats, look for him to try and open things up, particularly because he has that UMP. I guess in that regard, compared to the rest of the team, he's a little bit more expendable in this situation. But Dizzy, he's gone searching. Gets caught out. Hats finds him. And now they thin the numbers a little bit, and they're going to explode onto this outside bomb site by the looks of things. With that bomb just sitting at the back of connector. Funnily enough, they aren't going to commit just yet. They're waiting on the smokes to set first.
It's smart, you know. Let the cover be there, although Chiefs, they are on quite a rough buy, so we might actually see a couple of smoke pushes coming out, but we're going to see that from Alistair instead, flashing himself straight through that smoke. Doom goes down, and we are left in a 3v5 situation. Iron somehow connecting that bullet onto Liaz, looking for a bit more. Can't hit it on the repeat, but he will be tagged down to 50 HP. It's still only with that USP, has not found another weapon just yet. Siko did manage to find Iron there. APOC gonna almost be wallbanged there. I don't know if there was a pixel gap and Ali is a god or what was going on there. But
there is a slight pixel gap there too.
There is? Oh, he must have got the info from that. Anyway. Never seen that. Good to see.
If you see enough of someone's toenail in CSGO, they can find you a frag, so make sure you keep them clipped. Otherwise someone will clip them for you.
I hope no one on Twitch clipped that one. That was terrible.
Either way, we do see just Siko with some confidence, and now he's a player that when he gets into the zone, particularly with that AWP, he can be quite menacing in that regard. Like some of the shots I've seen him hit are out of this world. And for the moment, he's just sticking with the rifle on that T side. They know that they're coming up against the Chiefs that may not have an optimal buy, just in the way things are dictated. But the change of tempo here from Order means that they're out SL quite quickly here into the train yard. APOC finds one through the smoke. Doesn't register that they're sitting on the bomb train just yet, but APOC now still holding strong. Liaz finds a trade here, and he actually might find the bomb planter unguarded, but they survive for now.
Hats wasn't even covering there. He ran into the smoke to check SL, and Emag with only 6 HP somehow survived and got that bomb planted. He is going to fall to Liaz's nade. Bit of miscommunication there leading up to that, and now we're left in a 2v2. Looks like CT's still going to be going for this one, Liaz. Looks like he's going to be slowly clearing his way around green. Hat's making a bunch of noise, but he's going to be taken down now in a 1v2. Liaz gets the read. APOC and Ince have absolutely no idea. And Liaz misses that shot, which definitely should not have missed. But he does end up picking up the 2K, completely outplaying the Chiefs gamers. And we do see Order picking up a 4th round.
Yeah, look, I'm with you, Alistair. I can't believe that AK RNG as well, particularly if he's crouched. And that should have been an instant headshot there, but I mean, sure. Whatever. Liaz plays it quite well. Trigger discipline in that situation, not to take the first frag opportunity, but just to let things play out a little bit. It is a risky play, but that's what experience and holding your nerve will bring to you. As even when the first bullet didn't actually go his way, he still held his nerve in that situation. So Chiefs are going to struggle here a little bit. Their economy is not the best, and really being punished now on that CT side for just a few rounds that have gone down to the wire. So Order again, playing very, very slowly and aware of potential pushes here as they do find that engagement. Imagine does also catch Inns there. And back to a 3 versus 5, but again, Order, they're not making any rash decisions just yet. Doom finds one. Alistair doesn't find the second though, but APOC Slips the net there. Has an AWP in his hands too. So look for him to potentially find another frag here. That bomb actually is going to be really telling for Order because it's not in an ideal position.
And Dizzy's going to be going for that extra weapon as well, I believe. Oh, and the bomb is down in T-spawn. If Dizzy manages to push it, has he got it? Oh, surely that popped up on the map. They've left it completely. They either don't know.
It's not an ideal position to hold it, though, in that regard. You might be able to find one frag and fall back, but I don't know if that actually popped up. But he needs to watch his back.
Oh.
This map is open, and it's exactly what happens. Liaz slips the net, finds himself in an open position in the outside bomb site, and he does actually spot out the feet here of Dizzy, so it's only a matter of time before he's rounded up. Liaz finishes the job there, and Order find themselves in 5th round.
That whole round just went down to timing. Liaz looking in the right place at the right time, spotting the toes, flicking around. APOC, eyes straight on Ivy, had no idea that Liaz had already pushed through. It was just literally a matter of timing. So
it's importance of knowing your angles too, in terms of positioning on a map like Train. You know angles where you can spot people's feet out. You know likely where they are to be as things break down as well, because there are positions that are better suited to gaining information in the late round.
Yeah.
So just narrowing down those choices and understanding how rotations work. But Zico ups the ante, takes the entry with the AWP, and that leaves inside completely open as that bomb streams in. They are going to get that plant. Zico just locking things down on the low ramp, and Chiefs are now forced to retake.
are they going to bother going for it? They haven't moved from outers. It looks like the call's already been made to save up into the next round.
Not a bad call. Why lose weaponry here in a situation that doesn't favour you?
Yeah,
particularly when your economy is already on the rocks.
An order. Looking for the hunt. Iron. Here's the footsteps. Liao's going to be looking the wrong direction. Iron gets the better of him. Gets a gun out of his hand, and we are going to see him get the upgrade, although Doom ready for the peak there from Hats. So that's 2 guns out of Order's hand, but it's not really going to matter too much. Not enough damage was done in the previous rounds, so their economy should still be looking quite good. Iron did upgrade to the AK. Doom, same situation for him. So going into the 8th round.
This is why you don't let Siko gain confidence in the early round. He finds frags like that. He just takes the aggressive stance with the AWP, and I think that's what really defines him as an AWPer when you look at the rest of the Australian AWPers. Him and Gratisfaction are 2 of the most aggressive AWPers I've seen. Siko is in a class of his own sometimes when he gets going. So Dizzy, again, is going to have to go toe-to-toe with that and contend here in his outside bomb site. Already the tempo is up here from Order.
I'm going to remember Doom as well. Doom hasn't managed to get the AWP in hand just yet. It could definitely be a game changer for Chiefs if they do allow it to happen. Although here we are, Siko and Liaz picking up frags. Doom going down to the AWP. Liaz finding one with the Molotov. Finishing off Dizzy, and then little one-way going to be played here. Int's going to be spotted. Beautiful angle, although Liaz goes for the reload, and Iron trades out his teammate. Now back in the 2v3. Iron and APOC looking to bring it back. Iron's in a rough position, going to be pushed by Order completely. Now APOC trying to play it sneaky. Wrapping around, holding the angles. Toes may not be spotted, although timing is going to favour him. And I do believe he is aware that the bomb was towards outers, but Siko, beautiful angle. Oh. How's that one?
I'll tell you what, the change in tempo I actually didn't think was going to work out because the trades were working quite well for Chiefs, particularly on the back end of that round. But into Siko, finding a frag there on Iron. Iron was in a tough spot. He had 3 people zoned in on him as well. And his final frag here as well is not easy to make. He would have seen his feet first as well.
But we'll never know.
Actually, to be fair, in that particular position, you do see your opposition's feet first. So he would have had a slight warning that a dome was popping up on his screen. But Chiefs now is going to look to stack numbers outside early on in the piece because they know Order's up to tempo and already the engagements are there.
And Hatch just winning that battle with aim. Doom, he has the AWP in hand and he will find a frag onto Alistair. Let's see what he can do. Dizzy finding one more onto Siko, bringing it back into Chiefs' favour. Finally, Liao's going to be taken down by APOC, and now it's all up to Hats. He's in a nice little position, can find one. Can't. Yes, he can find Dizzy as well. Now his last alive going to be pushed as he has to try to go for the reload. Pulls out his pistol and he's going to be taken down by Doom, who pulls out the CZ. And Chiefs, they managed to find themselves a second CT-sided round, but it's still a very rough start here on Train. It's
come at a great cost too. I mean, look at their economy. It's not fantastic. They know that they have to rebuy into this, repurchase in. So it is going to really hurt them if they do lose this round. That is the key point to make, is the fact that Order still can piece together a buy in this next round if they do lose it. So the threat is not entirely eliminated just yet. Chiefs, though, for the sake of taking some confidence out of a CT side on Train, They need to find as many rounds now as they can in a row and just work off the back of this round. And against a team like Order, they have shown that they are going to vary the tempo as well. So Chiefs don't really know what to expect. You can see that in this round, they're actually stacking 2 back towards their inside bomb site. Last round, they were very wary of an outside push, and they'd actually stacked 4 in the opening exchanges. But I think they've made a right read here as well.
Looks like APOC going to almost start to go for the rotator. He's drawn back for just a moment.
It's all on an information position being played in SL.
Yeah, there you go. And Ince is in a strong position to stop this bomb from going down. Emag may not have spotted him there. There you go. He stops it. Bomb is down. Liaz going to be spotted, although he gets the headshot through the wall and finishes Ince off as well. Now Sicko finds Iron. We are left in a 3v3. No, 1v4. Oh my god. Alistair's taking down Doom as well, and it's all up to Dizzy. And they know exactly where he was.
Blink and you'll miss it.
But there you go. Good flash to allow Hats to go for the peak. He picks up the frag in Order. They pick up the 8th round.
Frustrating round for Chiefs to lose.
It's just rough for Chiefs right now. They look good. The start, the opening frag from Ince holding the B site there looked extremely good. What are you laughing at?
Look,
me?
Order in sync.
Good.
In game. But those fist bumps need some work, gents. Now, round 4, Order to navigate because Chiefs, they're on the rocks in terms of economy. It's been a rough start for them thus far. And this man here, Sicko, has been troubling to say the least as they do just work those picks here. Liaz finding an opening. They're going to put presence at Vines as well. So not only distracting them there in T-connector, but Dizzy finds one. Can he find a second? He needs to make sure that his back is being watched here. Emag does get out Vines in time. So this is a really awkward exchange here as they do put pressure on T-connector. So good choice from APOC there. And Iron actually chimes in as well and finds the second. Inns finds another with the CZ. And whilst Order had good position, Chiefs made the right reads, made the right pushes at the right time, took the duels that they needed to, and made that round work when it honestly looked like it wasn't going to.
Maybe Chiefs have picked up that they just need to be a bit more unpredictable to try to pick these rounds up. That very aggressive hold at outers there by APOC and, was it Iron? Over
Iron in
towards
SL.
A-man? Yeah. Iron is in SL, but who was with him? I think it was
Inns.
Ince over towards A-man there. Beautiful little off angle, although here we are. Ali and APOC both going to find frags. Liaz finding one on the Doom, and it's back to a 3v4 already. Oh, Alistair going to be finding APOC. I think that was through a smoke as well. Ince, though, coming in. He's going to be heard, and Sicko takes him down, and now it's all up to Dizzy 30 seconds into the round to try to bring this one back. Molotov timing, going to be nice. Alistair almost lost his life, though. Although rotate coming out. Pre-scope. Ali. Going to be taken down. Dizzy was ready for it. Now in the 1v3. Are we going to see Dizzy go for this? Looks like he's going to be heading over towards Cloud. Over towards CT, rather.
Cloud.
That's what it's called.
Okay.
I don't know why. That's the only name I've ever heard for it. Anyway, Liaz going for the jumping USP. The Flying Dutchman. And it does not pay off. Dizzy in the 1v2. Sneaking around, really trying to save this. Powerful weapon to keep in the hands of the Chiefs, but it looks like we may see Dizzy choosing the right routing. Why?
Radius.
Radius.
He's fine.
No. Nowhere near that bomb, mate. Yeah. He is going to be spotted, but Order. Let him save the AWP for now and going into the 13th round. Chiefs probably not going to force up with this one. They might just save for the last couple of rounds.
And that was a really, again, interesting change of pace from Order. They upped the tempo. They got themselves out into their outside bomb site quite quickly. Down SL, streaming out. That constant pressure was coming in on T-connector. And it never allowed Chiefs to get into those up close and personal positions. As soon as Chiefs have been in those up close and personal positions, they've been favourable in the duels. And that's what's won them a few rounds here. But those pistols again, they're going to go to work. Iron just runs out of bullets, unfortunately, as he does take down one with him. But Inns has somehow appeared.
Are those rifles working? I don't know. The bullets just went everywhere. Anyway, Emag does find one of the Ints, bringing it back to the 3v3. The bomb is going to go down, and Doom lurking through the smoke. He's only got the USP, but there is a flash coming out. Not going to blind Emag, and he will make the most of it. APOC, though, with the CZ, looking to find an angle. I think he's found a bit of info that Emag's still at the back of Grey. Ali falls as well, and now it's into a 2v2. Dizzy's going to be spotted and taken down, and Liaz covers his teammate as he finds APOC, and we are going to see Order picking up 10 rounds already on the T side of Train. It's rough today.
I do like the way Order are varying the way that they're playing on their T side in the sense that some rounds, yes, they've actually trained their opposition in Chiefs to believe that they're playing passively, but that's pushed them further up the train yard. They've taken a few duels. Order have actually made the adjustment, and particularly in the last round, the gun round, to change the tempo up, get themselves out connector, get themselves out SL a lot faster, not allowing Chiefs to push up into those positions. Again, it actually is a slower approach from them on this round. They're not too sure what to predict. They may have misread their money situation potentially, but either way, Chiefs are doing what they've found success with, and that's just pushing up onto T connector here. APOC finds another duel. That's Smoke isolating Sicko from his teammate just in Alistair, trying to protect him a little bit, but Chiefs are taking connector control, T connector control, and Iron's in such a key position because that's such an info grab for him. He can hear them as they move through the different bomb sites, and that is just allowing the team to rotate just maybe momentary or a couple seconds quicker. And in a game like Counter-Strike, seconds matter.
Ooh, bad molly though.
Oh yeah.
It's good for Iron. Slows down any change of plan from Order. He's playing that nice little off angle, waiting for a double drop to come down, but it's not what we're going to see. Order looking like they're going to group up and hit the B site. Plenty of time to rotate back to A, but not even going to use util at this point. They're just guns out, looking to catch the Chiefs off guard, going in dry. Sometimes that hurts a little bit, but nice little smoke coming out from Dizzy there. Allows Inst to find the first, but Hats coming out from up and not going to be covered. Dizzy finds a second and the bomb goes down. 20 seconds remaining. Liaz will find Dizzy, but trade comes out. APOC taking him down, and in a 1v3, Iron on the flank. Not going to be heard by Hats until it's too late. And Chiefs, they do manage to pick up a 4th round on the CT side.
And that round will be characterised by the fact that that Molotov really slowed things down for Order. You could see they wanted to actually take control of themselves, and the fact that they weren't able to clear it out really limited their options. As soon as that happened, they were funneled into that B-bomb site, and that's exactly where Chiefs were waiting. Whilst the fact that Chiefs' crossfires weren't the best, they made that round work with just superior aim and positioning. But Order now, just again looking to change that tempo. Iron's ready for it this time. He's in that SL. He takes this scalp of Hats and Alistair, and that is a good start for Chiefs in this round. What Order try to do when they do change the tempo is make sure they don't push up into those positions. Somehow Iron has actually slipped the gate, and Inns is also pushed up inside as well, so Order in real trouble here.
He might have actually had spawn priority to get there first. That's always something that helps out. Then Order as well, dropping off that ladder, never going to have the best accuracy. Sicko picking up a frag onto Inst there. Iron will fall back down, doesn't want to give up yet another life. We are in a 2v4 situation. Chiefs with the 2-man advantage, but the bomb is already down on the B site and it is being planted. Now Emag taking a gamble, not going to clear anything there. But he will start to get aggressive, looking to push towards Oil. Dizzy goes for the wide peak. Dinks him, I think. But Emag gets the better of him, and we are left in a 2v3. Emag only on 19 HP, 0 now that Doom's found his skull. Now Sicko, it's all up to him in the 1v3. He finds Doom, knows that there are a few more CTs coming, but we do see Sicko successfully making his way up and around through brown holes, looking to come out of upper. Big nade, it's not going to do enough damage, and the defuse comes out. Sicko just leaving it a little bit too late, and we are going to see the Chiefs actually picking up 5 rounds on their CT side. Strong finish to the half.
Yeah, much needed 5 rounds for them in that sense too. Now Iron, huge positioning from him to open the round with those 2 frags. So in that regard, they needed it. And I mean, going into the half now, they do just wrestle some momentum back from their opposition. So Order, great opening account for them in that regard. But now some time for Chiefs to hopefully wrestle momentum back in their favour. I guess we'll find out what happens after the break, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the second half very, very shortly. Welcome back, guys, to the second half of Chiefs versus Order. Interesting affair already on with Order really starting to dominate their opposition. But there's some glimpses of brilliance there from Chiefs that allowed them to get themselves back into this match.
Yeah, you know, like Iron has been playing really, really great for the Chiefs so far, taking control of SL, multiple rounds, picking up multiple frags in that position, as well as almost single-handedly winning a couple of those rounds. He obviously has the team there to get a few frags himself. But, you know, it's good to see. So this is his second week at Gfinity. If the Chiefs make finals, does that allow him to play?
I don't know, but we're going to play in the second half here because has appeared a few times. And you do need to appear a minimum of 2 times in the Elite Series to be eligible for those finals. So,
okay.
Ins now, leading the charge out that connector. Out SL, Sicko takes a duel there. Liaz also combines with another frag as well. But Chiefs have actually upped the ante here, and it's not working out in their favour whatsoever. APOC and Dizzy now need to combine to just make sure this round goes their way. But it's not an easy affair. But they bring it back to a 2 versus 2. There's a lot of CS to be played in this round, and that bomb is not in a favourable position for the Chiefs.
No, not at all. Although Hats, nice long angle to still spot that bomb, but he's going to give up the bomb control and try to watch a flank instead. And looks like it might be a good decision, although if the T's do go for the double wide peak, we could see some action. Hat's going to be taken down, caught off guard, and has no Alistair there to trade him out. But Ali caught looking the wrong direction, flicking around. That's exactly where APOC is, and Dizzy as well, so he's going to be stuck over towards E-Box now. Chiefs looking to try to trade this one out. Ali's going to have to rely on his aim to try to pick this one up, although Shadow's going to be spotted. APOC ready for the peak, and he will find the headshot, and we do see Chiefs fighting a 6th round, picking up the T-pistol.
I like the fact that Chiefs actually grouped up in that situation. Yes, they could have won a few different duels if they had separated, but the fact that they grouped up allowed them to be ready for a trade as well, and they didn't need it, thankfully. But just that experience, that situational awareness as well, when things break down. Now, that round came down to a 2 versus 2 very, very quickly. And those are the situations that you can't practice, per se, when these teams get into the serve and they prepare for the matches. They're the rounds you can't practice. They're the rounds that, you know, you live through so many different situations in your Counter-Strike career. You rely on that experience to back yourself in, and they did exactly that. They're the Chiefs, and they got themselves through a much important pistol round because for them, these next few rounds are really going to set them off by the half.
Well, like, look at this. It's all up to Hats to try to hold the B site. The rotate is coming in from Liaz, but he's going to turn up a little bit too late. Bomb already over on the site, but Hats, he's found himself a frag and a gun. Now we do see Iron with the UMP looking to try to get this trade. The bomb has finally gone down. Dizzy finds one on the Liaz, and Iron still aware that Hats is close, but Doom getting the flank with the MAC-10, and we are brought down to a 4v3. Alistair picking up the scout there. It looks like he is going to potentially try to find an angle. Dizzy holding close with the AK. Waiting for a retake to come out from Order, but it looks like they aren't going to bother going for that one. Sicko does get caught off guard. Now Ali jump scouting. Did he hit that shot? I don't think he did. Surely.
No, I don't think so.
I wished he did. That was good. You don't see anyone jump scouting these days.
It's not as accurate anymore. You need to be at the actual apex of that jump to make sure that it hits the accuracy area. But they find themselves a much needed round, Chiefs, and they do so keeping a majority of themselves alive. But for me, the fact that they were able to navigate a round that wasn't so simple there. Hats was in a really awkward position for Chiefs. The fact that he stayed alive on high ramp there meant that they had to constantly monitor it. And that's not easy to do when you're trying to take a bomb site. It's one of those positions you need to eliminate them as quickly as possible. So Hats was a real thorn in the side there. Dealt with by Chiefs, thankfully. They do find themselves the round.
That might also be why the Chiefs took a little while to get that bomb planted. They just were conscious that there was a CT at upper, which they didn't have control of. But they eventually got that bomb down and won the round, although Doom going in solo. No trade coming out as Liaz covers up as Dizzy going to be taken down, and now the bomb is hightailed it out of there. Looks like we are going to see the Chiefs head back towards Outers, although Sicko, nice angle. Inst not going to check. It does get dinked, but with 18 HP, he's going to fall back, hopefully grouping up with his teammates to try to cover him, although it looks like he's going to go down. We do see Sicko on 6 HP, somehow surviving, picking up the frag, and now in a 2v4. It is definitely winnable for Order here, although Liaz is going to be taken down by Iron. Trade coming out, Hats with the MAC-10, going too fast there for Iron. Now APOC going through the smoke, timing not going to go in his favour as Emag has the angle, lines up the headshot, takes his time with that one, and he will pick up the frag on to APOC and Order. Save 2 AKs and a MAC-10 going into the 19th round.
Yeah, good round from Order in that regard. So now they pick up some weapons for free, as you said. And that's not really ideal scenario for the Chiefs. They did get isolated there as they did hit that outside bomb site here. Now that's CZ. They said they've nerfed it, but Emag catches APOC there And I am building a case slowly to say otherwise. It was all a ruse. The CZ was never nerfed.
He's sending it to Valve. Oh no, here we are. Lineup almost coming out there. Sicko moves just in time.
Is that you, Simple?
Although Ali wasn't ready for the double drop. Spray one's coming out before they hit the ground, and a bit of RNG going in at the Chiefs' favour, so they do have their soul control, looking to head towards outers. 3-man stack from order though. It's just Hats at inners, and he's already tagged down to 29 HP, so Chiefs could actually call the audible and go back to inners here. But we'll see what happens. Rotate not coming out quite yet from order. Looks like Liaz is going to try to get close to SL, playing the off angle using that E-box as cover. But the bomb has made its way over to Brown Halls. And it looks like Ince is going to try and get an entry onto site. Now Hats, strong position to cover uppers, but he's too worried about lowers. The timing actually going to favour Hats. He somehow survives with 3 HP. And that Molotov going to stop the push for the moment. He's in a nice position, but he somehow gets the angle onto Ince there. Liaz going to be taken down as well by Dizzy.
Hats craters.
Hats jumped off and killed himself. What's he done? Was that a nade?
I have no idea what happened in that instance.
What happened to Hats?
Hats takes out Hats.
Whatever. Anyway, mate, what have you done? You've lost yourself. You've lost me. Flash coming out from Dizzy. He wants to peek uppers, but he's not going to give up a free frag just yet. Emag looking to get close, pushing it down to the lane. We'll see if APOC is ready. Yes, he is. Flicks across, gets the headshot. Now it's all up to Sicko, who's going to be spotted out. He gets the frag with the scout, taking down APOC. Doom as well. Only 2 HP. But Sicko, he's not going to have the time. He's not going to bother going for it. He just wants to do a bit of economical damage onto the Chiefs. And we are going to see the Chiefs picking up an 8th round. Only 3 behind order, so it is quite close still.
It's getting close. It's getting tense. Now, remember for Chiefs, the all-important mark for them is that 10-round mark, because they need that here. But Hats did a lot of good work in that instance, but I think he came through. I'll tell you what, that's not a good way to go down.
No, just the skull and crossbones there. There was no fire. So.
No, but what it actually did was it brought a 3 versus 3 back to a 3 versus 2 in favour of the Chiefs. So unfortunately for Hats, undid some of his good work there on the inside bomb site. Now back to 8-11 order. They get an interesting buy in that sense that Alistair feels the rough end of the stick. Not the other side of the stick as you hinted at earlier. But Sicko. Impact! Almost immediately.
Almost gets the bloody collateral there as well. APOC already down to 15 HP. One nice nade, and that could take him out. But it looks like we are going to see Order giving up a bit of map control. They've got the frag, and they are going to fall back, which is, on a lot of maps, how is the best way to play the CT side. But giving up Ivy control is still quite dangerous. Like, I get you have the man advantage, but the 4-man outer stack, is it a bit over the top, or do you think that Chiefs are going to run into it?
I think it's placing a lot of faith in the player that holds inside. Now, we've seen Hats hold that position down. He's done a really good job of it so far. But the fact that if you've got that bomb site anchor inside that you know time after time can deliver, that can play that position, and more importantly, just hold up any sort of rush, it really frees up the rest of the team a lot, because the outside bomb site is really difficult to hold. If you can put an extra person there and really sway the pendulum in your favour, you can do yourself a world of good. But APOC here has got himself a very interesting position. Now, he did cop some collateral damage earlier on in the piece, but he could really make a difference here. And they do know where he is, though.
Ooh, and they have the info. There we are. Iron getting the entry to outers, taking down Alistair. Emag going to be stuck in the corner and taken down by Ince. And there you go. The round changes just like that. Back to a 4v3, and Sicko is going to be smoked off just in time. And it looks like Order may still go for this one. They're going to be rotating around through CT, looking to come in from Ivy and Old Bomb. But Iron in the smoke. Oh, not going to be spotted. Makes his way to hell. Looks like we're going to see a double heaven setup. Iron changes his mind. Changes his mind.
Tried to go to heaven, but he went the other way. He went down.
Oh, no. Wait, give me a beer. Where are we going with this? Oh, sorry. Not down, apparently.
So here's to Mac. He's true blue. But Chiefs find themselves an all-important round as the plot thickens a little bit as we get to the culmination of this map. Now, Chiefs relieve some pressure somewhat, and you can tell there, Sheep, actually I've been informed, he is a very storied Condition 0 professional.
Sheep.
Yep.
The big man up back.
The man behind Chiefs calling the shots in that coaching position. Condition 0 professional. That's him.
Look at him. Oh, staring straight at us.
He has no idea that we're talking about him either. That's perfect.
That's great. Look at him. He looks very sheepish, doesn't he?
He is.
Not
He's
saying
always
too much.
very, yes, the name fits. The shoe fits. It's a Cinderella story here. But for one of these teams, they need the victory more than ever. And Order will be looking to cement that position at the top of the ladder. But Chiefs can really do some damage here. Iron does himself at SL. No one was watching that one. And whilst it wasn't a full buy from Order, they do lose a number early on, which is going to make defending either of these two bomb sites very, very difficult.
Well, here we are. Hats with the M4 is playing it uppers. Not going to be checked just yet. Might actually get some good timing. APOC pulls his AK out just in time. Going to be taken down. He does connect one bullet, but that's definitely not enough. Iron does get the trade as he was still watching the flank from SL. And now back to the 2v4. The bomb is going to go down successfully, and Alistair looking to save the AWP already. Hiding the Ivy, looking for that long-range angle over towards SL, I believe, and Iron already on the hunt. So Emag with the Deagle. He's actually gotten behind Iron, gone through bathrooms, and may actually decide to head towards B unless he just hides at the top of SL. Not sure what's going to be going on, but Ali, he's dropped the AWP. Iron doing a great job to pick that one up. Here we are, Emag playing
Can he get an
right
exit?
at the top. I'm sure he can. Surely. Dizzy, 17 HP, going to be taken down, and there is a free AWP for Order. Strong weapon to have, and the Chiefs, they're not in a position to get that trade. There you go. Beautiful save coming out from Emag, but the Chiefs now only 1 round behind Order.
Makes up for the fact that they did lose one as well.
Yeah.
Because Emag didn't have anything in that instance. So the fact that they were able to pick up an AWP after just losing one really works out there for Melbourne Order. But Chiefs get themselves that 10th round. So in the scope of the actual ladder itself, that is a huge plus for them because it gives them some security in their finals position, and it will determine who they play in next week. But there's a lot of Counter-Strike left to be played, and this match isn't secured for either of these two teams just yet.
Oh, but Doom, he did get flashed out towards Outers early, and he's made his way to Olaf, looking for an early pick, trying to play the off angle. I'm not sure if Order actually know that he's there, but Ali going to be playing a nice angle there at E-Box, watching T-Con waiting for the push. There they are, Hats, exactly. No idea that Doom was already out of Olaf. So the info is now there. Nice Molotov to stop Emag from peeking, but Ali in a nice position to try to bring this one back. Emag actually finds the angle onto Doom, who tried to get aggressive and make his way to Sandwich, but Int's going to be lurking in SL. Ali right next to him, hiding beside the boxes. Looks like he's going to try to get a bit of info there with the smoke, although Ints runs out. No idea that Ali's playing close. Siko's going to find one onto Iron as well. And now it's brought just like that back to a 1v4 as Emag finds one more onto APOC, and Dizzy has been spotted. Tries to jump up on the pallet, but Liaz was already posted. Picks up the frag, finishes it off with a nice little wallbang, and Order find themselves a 12th round. But are we going to see a reset coming in? Do you reckon?
Not a hard reset. Only APOC really affected by that there, but things got a little bit hairy on this outside bomb site. Alistair actually utilising that smoke really well. Ian's completely running past him. They literally passed each other like two ships in the night. But Alistair came out on the other end of that smoke knowing exactly what he was doing with his positioning as well. And Order now looking much healthier as they do drop some weaponry across here. The changing tempo from Chiefs is big, and it's going to try and pay dividends here on this outside bomb site. Order have actually done a really good job of just making sure they get themselves into more defensive positions without taking a loss. But Alistair's down to 7 HP, and they should be able to get this bomb plant down now, Chiefs, as they do just look to secure that position and push them off the bomb train. Liaz goes down. And that should be the bomb plant.
That Molotov was still burning him, and I'm pretty sure the Chiefs got the info off of that. Iron's kind of doubled it, so has Emag, and then Ints gets the trade. Finding Hats, APOC taking down Emag. Now it's back to a 1v3, all up to Siko with the AWP. He's already over at Ivy. I think he just got spotted heading back towards Old Bomb, but APOC somehow survives that. Siko looking to get aggressive, wants to go for the repeat. Couple of pre-fire bullets coming out. Siko manages to find one. That's a big frag to get. Now Iron playing on the edge of the smoke. Is Siko going to be able to find this one? Iron, he wants to go through. You know he does. But Siko looks like he's just trying to save the orb. He wants to go through that. Molotov forcing him out. Iron on the other side. Not much Siko can do in that situation. Decided, had to make the decision if he wanted to hide or go for it.
And a good frag. Good fragging round from Iron here as well. That's that one. And also a second one, just onto the man in heaven, which was Alistair. So Maybe a little bit lucky to pick up the first, but certainly some good communication enabling him for the second too. So Order here find themselves just around to get that economy back in order. And now Chiefs got themselves a real chance to get themselves back on equal pegging here, because for a lot of this match, they've been behind the 8 ball.
What would a world be like without equal pegging, Jim? That's what I really want to know.
I don't know, but I'm not one to square that much up.
Here we are. Iron, he does find the trade there, taking down Hats. It's going to find a fast double onto Liaz and Ali. But Sicko will take down Iron, and the bomb is still here at uppers, looking to come down SL. Outers is completely clear for the moment, but Sicko, he's managed to pick up an AK, looking to hold a bit of a flank coming in from Doom. Reload coming out, but Doom gets the info, knows that there is one at least at CT. But Emag, he's worked his way onto site, already at the back of bomb, has the CZ here, looking to try to find an angle. Dizzy, I think he's gone for the scope. He hears the jump, but doesn't react. And there we are, he finds a frag onto Dizzy. Doom, though, taking down Sicko, and now it's in a 1v2. Emag swaps out just at the wrong time, and Doom gets the better of him, hits the headshot. And we are going to see Chiefs bringing it back to 12 rounds apiece. I didn't know that Train was T-sided now.
It is now, but in that Molotov just paid dividends because Liaz and Alistair just had to move. They had to get out. And he had the info that they pushed up really aggressively into SL because he had teammates sitting in the White Hall. So he knew exactly what was going on there. And good communication again, just enabling some good team play. And Chiefs now back to 12 apiece. Pressure on Audi here because their economy is not fantastic right now. And if they can find themselves an opening pick, which Sicko was doing a good job of earlier on, will just relieve some momentary pressure as we do get to the apex of this match.
Ali wanted to go for the peek towards T-Con, but he actually got team flashed. Oh, caught out in the open. Iron is going to take him down. And that is how the first frag is going to go. Unfortunately, Ali decided to stand in the open. It wasn't the best decision. And he got caught off guard by Iron. Anyway, Doom here. Pushing out with the flash. Beautiful pick. Big frag onto Liaz. Sicko tries to find a flick, but he can't hit anything just yet. Doom going to find himself another onto Hats, looking for some more. Knows exactly where Sicko is. Emag is going to be taken down by Ince. Sicko, oh, his leg was spotted, but Ince doesn't react in time. Beautiful shot from Sicko to pick that one up. He almost finds another onto Doom, waiting for the peak. Doom is now down to 8 HP, but he does have 2 teammates remaining, and that bomb is going to be picked up. And it looks like we are going to see the Chiefs head towards Inners, as they know exactly where Sicko is.
They're just going to avoid Sicko here. They don't need to take this duel if they don't need to. There's no reason for them. They're just going to take that inside bomb site. They got him pinned there, but he just shows some leg. Dizzy takes him down.
I like showing a bit of leg sometimes.
I know, it's
good pastime.
Glad that there's only the upper half of ourselves shown here on the desk some days.
Don't you worry. Grand final time will come soon. I've got a surprise in store, all right?
Leave nothing in the tank, Mac.
That's it.
I'm expecting karaoke without pants.
We'll see.
And maybe some additional headwear.
We'll see. I'm sure Gfinity don't want to be banned off Twitch just yet. Before the end of the first season. All right, we'll save it for next season. Anyway. Yeah. Here we are. Ince going to be making his way out to E-Box. He's going to be spotted by Sicko, who gives up his position. Cover comes in. Liaz actually going to be finding one of the Iron APOC, taking down Sicko, though. Bringing it to the 4v4. Looks like we are going to see a gamble coming out. Hats already heading towards Outers. Dizzy will find Emag with the AWP.
Dizzy's always such a danger player.
He is. He just hits everything. That's the problem. So here we are. Ali surely got spotted all over. Liaz with the deagle finds one more into Dizzy. Gets the AWP out of his hands, and he's going to find another onto APOC. 3k so far from Liaz. What else can this man do?
Ooh.
Not too much.
Not too much else. Doom.
Yeah. A little bit rough there.
Said, brr, it's cold in here. There must be a draft player. But he's doing really well. Really well for his team in the sense that Chiefs have been able to get themselves back onto equal footing. And Alistair and Hats need to combine to try and save this round for Order. And maybe, just maybe, give them enough to take this match out. But Ince, Doom, combining quite well. They are quite separated at the moment. Alistair had an interesting angle to say the least, but Ince was quicker on the trigger. And now, Hats stands between them in this next round.
Well, let's see. The bomb still has to cross. Hats is looking at an angle. Going to get the dink as well, but the bomb should just make it to sight. Hats tried to face. It could have been the play. You know, a bit of RNG with that CZ, especially at medium to long range. So it could have been a gamble that was won in that situation. You know, you can't blame him for that one.
Oh, Leah, it's just so crisp with that deagle doing some damage here. And that's the one onto Dizzy. That's the bell ringer.
He got...
Oh, Oh, that's the third.
Stop it.
I tell you what.
You're doing things to me, Liaz.
Oh.
Please.
Yeah, thankfully there's that desk.
Don't
Yeah. Now, Melbourne Order have taken a tactical timeout here to just try and get themselves through the last few rounds of this match. And they know that if they do go down to Chiefs here, it isn't of a huge consequence to their season, but it does mean that it's a real danger for the rest of the bracket. So Chiefs, they need to take this match because they've got their opposition on the ropes. And if they let this one slip from here, it's a huge confidence blow to them because they know they had Order on the ropes. When you've got your opposition on the ropes, you need to finish them. And it's exactly what Chiefs need to do here. Order, they need to play their get-out-of-jail card. Get themselves out of this situation. Hopefully steer themselves to safety, to a victory. But there's some interesting...
sound. Did you hear that?
That wasn't me. That didn't come from my throat.
Was that someone's belly rumbling? It was odd, or like a...
Have a dare, drink it through. We'll get ourselves to the last part of this match. Exactly what Order are going to be doing in this instance.
Here we are. Order. Going to be fully bored up there for Sicko. Only a decoy, though, for the utility and the USP and no armor. Going full glass cannon. Taking the gamble and let's see if it pays off. So the Chiefs going to be playing a bit of a default. 2 over towards SL, waiting for that push. APOC holding in Tikon on the short side. And the double Ivy setup. We may see a late outers push, but Order not taking any risks just yet. Emag and Leah swapping positions now. Doing the old tag team. Moving it around.
This is good. This is that rotation that comes through. Once you've made a position of an AWP, for example, known on a map, generally, teams will put their tactics into action against it. But just be careful here, Alistair. That grenade takes him out. APOC
Geometry.
does get traded here, but this is the catalyst. As they do hit Vines.
And then back to a 4v4. Emag up on the pallets. It is almost going to get down to a Doom who was ready for it. Gets the flick. And he will bring it back to a 3v4. But Liaz, strong position to stop this bomb from going down. But the bomb still hasn't crossed the site. Hat's going to be tagged through the smoke. Down to 22 HP. Somehow survives for the moment. He may actually go for the rotate. But here we are. Liaz going to be finding Doom. Finishing him off. Finishing off what Emag started. But Dizzy goes for the spray. He can't actually finish off Liaz. But Iron there is there to do just that. Now the bomb is in a pretty good position for Chiefs to pick up. Should be able to get this plant off as the rotate is coming out a little bit late. Hats, I think he's a bit standoffish after being tagged down to 22 HP, but Order, are they going to stop the Chiefs from going for match point?
Now if Sicko can catch someone out trying to change position here, he will really enable Hats. But at the moment, a lot of this round is on the shoulders of Hats because he has that rifle. So in this situation, he's a little bit more mobile, able to react a little bit better. But there's a spot out here. Hats does take that duel. So this opens things wide open now. Order. It's down to a 1 versus 1. This has been a slugfest so far in this round. And Iron is just trying to play the time here, trying to play it out. Sicko can only tap that bomb and hope to draw Iron out. He wants a frag, but will not have time to make that defuse. And Order, they surrender match point here, the Chiefs.
So close. Iron playing that so perfectly. You know, can count to 35. The man, you know, he's counted
40.
before. Is it 40? Oh, there you go. You know,
And there you go. Brilliant bowling there
like
for APOC.
Like I haven't played the game before. Hey, I'll play retake. I swear that's 35-second bomb timer. I'm just going to put that out there. Anyway, here we are into the 28th round. Sydney Chiefs. They're on match point. Are they actually going to topple the Kings? Order. Are they going to be going down the drain?
See what you did there? I rated.
I actually did that in my predictions the other week, but no one actually picked up on it. Anyway, here we are. Instant for the entry. Hats with the XM with 1-1, and now they know that there is a semi-automatic shotgun on the other side of that smoke. So we do see the Chiefs stand off for just a moment. But Hats, he's got the free upgrade. Dizzy trying to find the angle through the edge of the smoke, but he will get away unscathed for the moment. Sicko, very aggressive towards Tikon, looking for that pick, trying to play the off angle. But Chiefs, huh?
You've got to respect the XM in close quarters.
It's the best. It's a great weapon.
We saw Deceptors use it the other week. That was to great effect, but Hat's there. Gets himself a nice money bonus, but also a weapon for free.
It's like kind of like the CZ with the RNG, how at medium range to long range, if you get dinks, you can still do a ton of damage and take out much better weapons. Play it a bit like a scout, you know, do the little jiggle peeks with the shots. Anyway, Hat's going to be finding the second for the round. Iron going straight through the Molotov. And the Chiefs, they are not backing down. They still want to go to inners. For the moment, let's see how they go. Coming out lowers. Doom's going to get the better of Hats in this scenario. Bomb wanting to cross to sight. With 30 seconds remaining, they're going to take it slow. Dizzy falls to Liaz, but Doom gets that trade, and then we're brought back to a 2v3 situation. Bomb, is it actually being planted? No, APOC facing, 31 HP remaining. No idea that there's a CT right next to him, and Alistair is going to turn around and take APOC down. Headset mustn't have been on or something, I don't know. Didn't hear him running. And a bit of crowd action going on. Order, they're still in it. We may see overtime.
We may see overtime here, but I mean, Chiefs are going to just, I dare say, eco in this situation, or just buy pistols where they can. Make sure their money's good. They will get one last good buy round in here before the or before the match ends in regular time. So they're going to give themselves the best possible shot here to finish this, and it's going to go right down to the wire. Order, all on the line here for them in that regard. They don't have any leeway. They need to win out to take this into overtime. And EMAG finds a nice opening frag for them as well. So again, Sicko, just again, finding frag after frag after frag. Hats racks up one as well. It's down to a 2 versus 5 situation. And I'll tell you what, they are being thinned out quite quickly here. You can tell Chiefs, they've got their mind on their next buy round, and if they can find themselves some weapons here for free, that'd be great, but they know that it's going to be a little consequence to Order's economy because they're quite comfortable in that regard.
Essentially, the more damage right now, the better for the Chiefs. But Dizzy, he is going to be last alive with the Deagle. Ali will find Ints over there, and the bomb is in the hands of Order. So we'll see if Dizzy can do anything. Looks like he's going to change it up. Decide to go over towards Ivy, see if he can potentially save a weapon or something. EMAG still going to be watching it. Ready for the flank, but the timing not going to go in his favour. He might have actually heard a jump there. Beautiful peek to pick up the headshot. Nice crosshair placement and all. And we do see Melbourne Order picking up a 14th round. What do you reckon? Last game of the regular season before finals. Is it going to go to overtime? Is it going to be the first overtime that we see?
We haven't had an overtime yet, so
no.
It's definitely going to be the first overtime if we do see it. The question is here, Chiefs have saved out last round. They've just upgraded to pistols where they can. That being said, though, should some of them have gone full eco because they're going without full utility in this round? So, I mean, that could be the difference here, particularly against a class side like Order. So, real big ask here of the Chiefs if they can close this one out.
Once again, it looks like Order, they don't actually know that Iron's made his way out to Olaf. Timing not favouring him, but Doom going to be spotted as he crosses to the short side of Ivy. But EMAG doesn't want to fight it, so he will fall back just for a moment. Timing on the smoke. Ince wanting to go through it, but he changes his mind. Showing a little bit of discipline. There were no T's there to trade him out. And Iron going to be tagged down to 12 HP. I think he has been spotted there. EMAG still holding Ivy. A minute left in the round, and Chiefs looks like they're going to be stubborn and stick to outers this time yet again. Ince will find an entry onto Ali, but EMAG looking to get this trade. Will find one of the Dizzy, tagged down to 8 HP, and Doom going a little bit late. Will allow EMAG to make his way back to Old Bomb. Now the Bomb looking to make its way out of T-Con. APOC changing his mind, watching the flank. Looks like he's going to go for the rotate with 40 seconds remaining. EMAG ready for the pick from Doom, and Doom couldn't connect a single bullet. EMAG 2k with 8 HP. Doing a great job here for Order right now. Liaz jump peeking, getting the info. Ince will cross back over towards Red Train. APOC looking to go for the lurk, and EMAG almost has no idea. Not going to check his corner, and APOC's going to get the better of him. Iron finding one on the Sicko, but the trade comes out onto Liaz. Now it's all up to APOC. He has to get the 3k. 1v2 with 10 seconds remaining to get this bomb planted. And Liaz is on the other side of the bomb train, and we are going to overtime.
My goodness.
Well,
now, this is a situation we haven't seen in the Elite Series so far, overtime. There is basically an overtime rule set, which will see them play at best of 6.
Yep.
In the fashion, they will stay on the sides that were just on and play that best of 6 out now. And it's whoever wins that miniature best of 6 will actually win the match up here. So both these two teams have done themselves a really good account, or made a really good account of themselves.
Yep.
When push came to shove, particularly that man there, Imagine, in that last round, found key frags for his team. More importantly, kept himself alive. Mm-hmm. So he wasn't giving his team a disadvantage in terms of numbers at all. He was able to find frags, just fall back to position, find another frag as well. And that really set his team up for what is now this overtime. Now, economy is completely factored out here. because we're going into this best of 6. So they're just going to have 10K each on the board. So it is standard overtime rules in that regard. So 10K. Economy only really comes into play in that third round if the CTs have, I guess, spent everything by the time that third round comes and they haven't found any success. And once they hit that third round, they then swap over again. So it's just a best of 6. They play this format until we do find a winner. And this is really tense Counter-Strike usually, these overtimes. So this is where you really have your nerve tested.
And there you go, Order. They've taken the gamble. They're going to be going for the double AWP setup, which can come back and bite them economy-wise if they don't manage to pick up these rounds. And they're fully bought into it, saving the extra $350 by not buying the helmet. But Dizzy goes for the crouch peek and he catches Hats off guard. Doom going to find one early onto Sicko as well, and it's looking good for Chiefs right now. Ooh. Ali falls as well. So does EMAG, and it's almost over like that. 20 seconds into the round, and the round is done. Short round, overtime, aggression coming out from the Chiefs, and it pays off.
Well, it was just super aggressive from the get-go. Doom was actually fortunate enough to catch out that AWP play pushing through Vine. So he got flashed, but managed to hold his nerve, find that frag. Dizzy, super aggressive inside. He found that opening pick. You could see him take that duel. He won it against Hats, but then went on to take that next duel, understanding the rotations and where the players are going to come from. He managed to find himself another frag rotating through. So, again, that was a really fast round from Chiefs. And I don't think Order are going to be caught off guard as much because they actually tried to up the ante, take the aggression to their opposition. But imagine...
How is he alive? Wait, what? On the other side of the server, he's going to flash and then head back and somehow get to safety. Almost 11 HP. Somehow gets away from that one. And here we are. Boost coming out over the top of the smoke. It looks like Dizzy's going to be posting and Liaz is going to fall.
Absolute scenes.
Huge pick, though. Liaz, the man that's been putting up the numbers here today for Order so far. And EMAG down on 11 HP. He did some work with 8. Here we go. Once again, going to be finding the headshot there onto Dizzy and another onto Ince through the smoke. EMAG, can you stop it? Can you stop him? Is a better question. Anyway, here we are. Doom looking for the angle. Knows that EMAG is close. Molotov coming out towards the back of Red, trying to flush out the CTs, but Doom may be caught off guard here. 3v3 situation. APOC quite low with 16 HP, but he is slowly taking that bomb over towards the B site. Hats has gone for the rotate and left it open for the Chiefs to take. And Doom is just going to be waiting here at E-Box on the lurk.
Doom's on selling the fake here. It's on him. He's basically the one that's keeping them outside this bomb site.
Oh no, here you go, and the bomb has actually gone down SL. APOC sticking to outers, and the rotate's coming out now. Iron in an extremely strong position. A beautiful trigger discipline. Wolf line 1, 2, and 3. Beautiful play from Iron. What a lurk, what a gamer. Huge play for Chiefs to pick up a second T round in overtime.
I actually thought for a second there they were going to go inside, and that's percentage play after the information they got pushing through, particularly Iron. I thought that was what was going to happen. Now, APOC made that call to go down SL, and I thought in that regard, Doom was simply the one just selling the fake, and Order read it to be that way as well.
Yep.
So they started to push themselves inside, and that's exactly where Iron found perfect positioning here, and that spam doesn't come off there. You're not simple, but I do rate it.
It's very close. Oh, Ince, mate. What are you doing? Get out of here. Anyway, Alistair going to be taking him down with the CZ, finding another on Iron as well. Sicko and EMAG, one onto Doom and Dizzy, and it's all up to APOC in a 1v4, and he can't do anything against the CZs. Maybe that's all Order had to do for that half was actually, not buy good guns, just buy broken guns.
Well, that's right. You can see, though, there was a 1B from Inz, he just ran out of SL, but Alistair actually found 2 replies here quite nicely. Things started to swing back in favour of Order. Now, they will swap over here into the second half of overtime, but as we said, with that best of 6, it's on the teams now to find, I think it's Chiefs that have the upper hand here.
I thought that was live when it was about to blow up at Liaz's shot.
If one of these two teams in this set gets to 19, they win.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we go into another OT, and we just keep playing sets over until we do have an eventual winner. So you can see both these two teams, they're starting to really gain an understanding of how each other play in terms of where they're going to be sitting on the map. And I mean, this is where T-sides really get tested in these OTs, because by now, both teams know the general array of strategy that the teams are starting to make. So the difference is going to be those mid-round reads and how they read the situations and how they react as well. So it's not so much on the strategy. The strategy has presented itself. It's now how they make those adaptations.
Oh, they relived. I thought Doom just bought a Nova. he bought a Nova, but it restarted again, so that's all right.
That was real.
I thought he was going full BM.
Maybe he read that sign in the crowd.
He's not wrong. For the viewers on Twitch, there is a sign in the crowd that says Nova over Orp, snipe 'em, Daddy Doom. It's a great sign.
Nova going to give you AWP. Never going to let you down either.
Oof. Don't do that. Stop it. We almost got through the day without one of those. You've gone and hurt me. Just like Hats. He's hurt Ints. Taking him down. Beautiful little headshot. Ints fully blind. Couldn't do too much in that situation. Double Molotov coming out will stop the push for the moment, although the smoke is going to allow him to cross, but that smoke isn't going to put out both the Molotovs, and Nade from Sicko going to take down APOC. And just like that, we are in a 3v5, and the Chiefs are in a rough situation. All three of them are quite close together. Emag trying to find something, running through that smoke. Flash coming out. Iron alive for the moment, going to be tagged down to 50 HP. Sicko playing close at red. Good discipline shown from the Chiefs to not go through that smoke, but Doom posted on a different position. Going to be caught off guard by Sicko. Hats as well looking to push, causing that chaos. And now Dizzy looking to save the AWP into the next round. Can't hit the shot. Sicko goes for a slight little jiggle. Gets out of that crosshair. And there you go. Melbourne Order, 17 for 17. They're going to have to win all 3 rounds.
Ooh. Hats. That's the opening you want, though. Just playing that solo inside position. Does go down early without finding a frag. So you go down early in a position like that, it makes it really difficult for the rest of your team. So he obviously was going for a high risk, high reward play in terms of information, keeping them out of those brown halls, but didn't come off for him here. And the change in tempo from Order has been working for them thus far. And you can see they've already pushed Chiefs back in the yard here. That Molotov Doom. There's only so many channels he has to escape here, but does take some damage. Imagine pops up out of vines. Can he find a frag? Yes, he does. Finds the second as well. He finds that third. He's really opened things up, but the pendulum keeps on swinging. Iron's still alive, so anything can happen here, Mac.
Iron is absolutely amazing. Picking up the 2K so far and looking for more. Does have cover from Dizzy over towards Ivy. Going over towards SL, but Iron does go down. Ali doing the honours there. And now Order looks like they've actually got the read. Ali goes for the peak. Dizzy somehow misses that shot, but he's going to be tagged down to 11 HP, and there is a bit of utility left on the tees to try to pick this one up. Ali going to be playing close in the corner with that AK, has a larger amount of a chance to try to win this one. Dizzy, though, wants to go through that smoke. Sicko going to be watching Sandwich. This is a good play. Ali gets the reload off, but it looks like Dizzy may actually make the call to save the AWP so they can have that good sniper rifle going into the final round of OT.
Well, you got to factor this in. They only got $10,000. City side's so expensive. There's no loss bonus doesn't accrue enough to actually compensate you in an OT situation. So the CT economy, if they lose those first 2 rounds, by the time that 3rd round rolls around, it is dire straits for them. They don't have the money to buy into it with proper weaponry in some instances. It is very much on economic management, and imagine they're just opening things up and making things so difficult for Chiefs in our outside bomb site. So done a lot of good work here, but if Melbourne Order can find themselves at 19th round, and as we said, the first team to 19 in this first set of 3, or first set of 6, will win the half. It could be them. After all their hard work, Chiefs, it could come all undone here if they don't win this round. You can see they're just on the CZs here, and there's already some damage exchanged here. Iron does go down as he does take a legging from that AWP and T connector.
Yeah, what have we got? We have a no split coming out. Bit of aggression from Doom over towards Ivy so far. Int's going to be boosted up on the middle of bomb, looking to play that off angle. But with the CZ, it may not be the best place to do it, although Dizzy getting aggressive towards uppers, towards brown holes, getting the information that Order are not actually pushing just yet. And here we go, execute towards outers. A couple of mollies going to be popped, forcing the Chiefs into positions they don't want to be in. And Liaz is going to be taking down Iron. First frag of the round, but they still have to get the bomb down. APOC fully blind, can't do too much. Liaz going to be the one to take down Doom as well. Now Ali looking for a bit more, trying to get aggressive towards Old Bomb. It's looking like the Chiefs are about to get the big L, to get taken down. But Dizzy does have the AWP in hand, going to be peaked and tagged down to 34 HP. Repeat coming in. Look at that. There we go. A bit of chemistry, double peak to finish it off. Hats connecting the final bullet, and that'll be that.
That was a very, very close affair there. You can see there as the overtime frag started to really accrue. Melbourne Order eventually came out winners there, but Chiefs, full credit to them. They were looking like they were down and out, and they managed to reel themselves back in, take it into OT, or at least give themselves a a winning position. It was theirs to win their match. They were on match point first. That's where Order turned things back around in their favour and were able to get themselves out of jail, able to get themselves that overtime win after keeping Chiefs scoreless after they got to the 15th round at match point. So some really tense moments there in the final encounters, and I mean not saying decisions, but decisions mid-round by either of these players, they go differently, and you have a different result there. So, as we said, it came right down to the final match with how the actual table is going to pan out. But there's so much in that match to break down. We're going to leave it to the experts. We're going to leave it to Luke, and we're going to leave it to Kevin to tell us and hopefully make sense of what happened in that final encounter.
What a final match here, Gfinity Elite Series CSGO Day. That really came down to the wire. That's the first time we've seen overtime here at this series. Both teams playing their absolute best. We're going to break it all down in just a sec to see how Order just came out on top of Chiefs. Don't go anywhere.
Mr. Murray, have you decided on a name?
We're thinking Callum.
Calamari.
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 Let's make it Jack.
Drink it through with Dare iced coffee.
We create machines that make every experience more intense and real. With Intel Core processors so powerful, you can redefine reality. Because the best feature of a gaming machine is the power to make you forget it's there.
Welcome back to Sydney in the Gfinity Elite Series presented by Alienware. CSGO is brought to you by Dare Iced Coffee and Logitech Gaming Peripherals. That was a huge last match. First time we've had overtime here in this Gfinity Elite Series. Really two teams at the top of their games. Let's get into analysis of it right now. Where are we starting, Kev?
Let's start at round 5, so let's get straight into the thick of actions. As
You lead the way.
At the start, Order were playing really well on their T side, and this is a very stereotypical A site take that's really fast out. So the smokes come out that you throw outside from T connector, blocks off all the vision from the CT defenders, and as a result, it allows Melbourne Order to get very close onto the site before the CTs can really react. And that's just generally where Order actually had a lot of their success initially on, where they were able to get out very quickly. Chiefs had no idea what was going on. They couldn't counteract, and as a result, Order were able to clutch away the rounds from there, or take away the rounds. I shouldn't say clutch away the rounds.
All right, and where are we going from there?
And we're going into round number 10 next, and it's looking, I guess, once again at how Order had their success on the T side, because initially on, they had a phenomenal T side half, 10-5, probably could have been better given the start they had, 7-2 at this stage, and they made it 8-2 with this round. This one, they throw the smokes, and this one's unique, because normally on a site, you normally see a team throw the smokes and then just directly try to attack the site. This one, they go very deep into the bomb site. They don't go and plant the bomb. They actually go around in a particular pattern to eliminate and force the defenders into positions and then eliminate them. And as soon as they get into those positions, they're in very strong defensive positions where they don't allow Chiefs to actually come back into the round from that position onwards.
Okay,
I use position a lot just then, I just realised.
That's all right, it's a great word, why not? What's the final round you want to look at? One where Chiefs did well, or are we going to look at, or were they getting transnet?
Final round is how Chiefs did better, because I guess if we can start round 23 but pause it as immediately before we start it. Because,
okay, great, let's have a look.
We'll just pause it right here first, because the context into this part, and this is going to look weird with Sicko in midair, is towards the end of the T half for Order, they were not gaining success. They were trying to execute very fast down to the A bomb site. Iron had a lot of responsibility at that SL position, and he completely locked them out of it. So Order actually struggled towards the end of that half. Chiefs were able to, I guess, figure out the recipe for success. And this is really critical, because coming into the part where Chiefs had a very good comeback on their own T side, they're throwing an A execute of their own. So we'll roll the footage on right now. They are coming in for their own A-side execute, one that we saw from Order. But the difference in this time is that they actually slow down and stop. They've thrown all their smoke grenades. They are now waiting for a response from Order, because they know that they can wait behind the smoke grenades. They don't have to challenge the defenders. They know the defenders have to come to them, and as a result, they pretty much win the round from just waiting, utilizing the Molotovs in a smart position, and then taking the aim fights when they flush all defenders out, like rats from a sinking ship, so to speak. And that was, I guess, a difference in philosophy, which also worked out very well for the Chiefs. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough for them to actually close out the victory at the end of the day. Order kicked it up a different notch when it came into overtime, or towards the end. They just picked it up. At the beginning of overtime, it was really promising from the Chiefs, but the difference was then Order dug a little bit deeper in their strategy book. Imagine stepped it up huge in terms of the clutch rounds, and as a result, Order were able to get away the rounds. I wanted to touch briefly on overtime, because overtime is a completely different ballgame. For Sydney Chiefs to be up 15-12 and be forced into overtime is demoralising, because they knew they had the advantage, and as a result, they had to fight an uphill battle. So actually winning the first 2 rounds in overtime was really well done by the Chiefs. But similarly for Melbourne Order, to actually get back into overtime is very equally impressive. 3 rounds where they didn't have the economy to do so. They had to fight through thick and thin, and then when it gets to overtime, you have the money to do things now. You have the economy to buy orbs, you have the economy to play around with a few things, and as a result, Order are able to sneak away with a victory at the end. A very tight one, 19-17. Well played from both sides, but Order just a little bit too strong at the end.
Yeah, just too strong at the end. All right now it's time for our Logitech Play Advance MVP of the match. Real strong play from both teams then. Who was it for that final match, Kev?
Shout outs to Sicko, because he was the one putting out a massive amount of numbers. I think he hit something like 36 eliminations at the end of that game, so definitely putting on the performance. But who I wanted to point out was the rounds that almost looked like it was lost for Order, it was Imagine. And that is why my Logitech G MVP is going to be Imagine. He wasn't performing outstandingly well in terms of the regular rounds where Order was stomping, but in the rounds where they were down a numbers deficiency or it was a must-win round for Order, Imagine stood up and got 2 or 3 kills every single time he needed to. And as a result, that's why the MVP is, well, my pick of the MVP is going over to him.
Congratulations, Imagine. You are the Logitech MVP for that match. Well, speaking of the winning team, let's head to Ash backstage right now, who's hanging out with Hats. He's feeling pretty good, I imagine. Hey, Ash?
Yeah, I reckon so. That was pretty awesome to watch. Congratulations on your win. It was so cool. First overtime of the season. And what a way to end the season. What a great bookend. How was the team feeling in that moment?
We were just, just stick it out and ended up playing our own game and finishing it off in the OT. So, yeah.
How did it feel going into the game today, knowing that you have a definite spot in the finals?
We're obviously confident. The game is for seeding, whoever comes first. So we obviously wanted to get that top spot. But yeah, obviously very confident. But at the moment as a team, we're kind of, I'd say a little bit on the inconsistent side. So we have about a month with not too many tournaments. So we're pretty much going to revamp our play style and do heaps of work. So yeah.
Did Chiefs surprise you at all today?
Oh yeah, of course. We know the boys. We know a few players. We constantly play against them. They're solid players. So yeah, they surprised us.
Well, next week you are up against Raw. Are you worried about them at all, or you think you've got it in the bag?
I reckon we got it in the bag. They're good mates as well, so it'll be a fun game. Yeah, it'll be a fun game.
Yeah, well, best of luck for next week. Congratulations on an awesome win. What a fantastic way to end the season, and best of luck for the finals or semi-finals next week.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, back to you, Luke.